believe it.
I'm sure he must have.
How well you are looking, Margaret.
Yes, you are not. There are circles under your eyes.
I haven't eaten since breakfast, and I'm hungry.
How well you are looking, too.
You have hard lines about your lips. Are you happy?
Don't let her know I'm unhappy.
Why shouldn't I look well? My life is full, happy, complete.
I wonder.
Tell her we have an automobile.
My life is complete, too.
My heart is torn with sorrow. My husband cannot make a living. He will kill himself if he does not get an order for a painting.
You must come and see us in our studio. John has been doing some excellent portraits. He cannot begin to fill his orders.
Tell her we have an automobile.
Do you take lemon in your tea?
Take cream, it's more filling.
No, cream, if you please. How cozy.
Only cakes? I could eat them all.
How many lumps?
Sugar is nourishing.
3, please. I used to drink very sweet coffee in Turkey and...
I don't believe you were ever in Turkey.
I wasn't, but it's none of your business.
Have you been in Turkey? Do tell me about it.
Change the subject.
You must go there. You have so much taste in dress, you would enjoy seeing their costumes.
Isn't she going to pass the cake?
John painted several portraits there.
Why don't you stop her bragging and tell her we have an automobile?
I was!
Thank you.
Automobile!
Follow up the costumes with the suggestion that she would make a good model for John. It isn't too early to begin getting what you came for.
What delicious cake.
There's your chance at the auto.
Yes, it is good cake, isn't it? There's always a great many people buying at Harper's. I was waiting in my automobile 15 minutes this morning, waiting for my chauffeur to get it.
Make her order a portrait.
If you stopped at Harper's, you must have noticed the new gowns at Henderson's. Aren't the shop windows alluring these days?
Even my chauffeur notices them.
I know you have an automobile. I heard you the first time.
I notice gowns now with an artist's eye as John does. The one you have on, my dear, is very paintable.
You flatter me, my dear.
On the contrary, Harriet, I have an intense admiration for you. I remember how beautiful you were as a girl. In fact, I was quite jealous when John was paying you so much attention.
She is gloating because I lost him.
Those were the childhood days in a country town.
She is trying to make you feel that John was only a country boy.
Most great men have come from the country. There's a fair chance John will be added to the list.
I know it, and I'm bitterly jealous of you.
Do you have another cake?
Oh, yes!
I really shouldn't. After my big luncheon, John took me to the Ritz and we were invited to the Bedfords for dinner. They have a magnificent house near the drive. I really shouldn't. The cakes are so good.
Starving.
More tea?
Yes!
No, thank you. How wonderfully life has arranged itself for you. Wealth, position, a happy marriage, every opportunity to enjoy all pleasures, beauty, art. How happy you must be.
Don't call me happy. I haven't been happy since I gave up John. All these years without him, a future without him. No, no, I shall win him back. Away from you! Away from you!
I sometimes think it is unfair for anybody to be as happy as I am. Charles and I are just as much in love now as when we married. To me, he is just the dearest man in the world.
My John is. I love him so much I could die for him. I'm going through hunger and want to make him great, and he loves me. He worships me.
I should like to meet Mr. Goodrich. Bring him to our studio. John has some sketches to show. Not many, because all of the portraits have been purchased by the subjects. He gets as much as $4,000 now.
Don't pay that much.
As much as that?
It is not really too much when one considers that John is in the foremost rank of artists today. A picture painted by him now will double and treble in value.
It's all a lie. He is growing weak with despair.
Must I really pay full price?
Give us the order. John is so despondent he can't endure much longer. Help us. Help me. Save us.
John might be induced to do you for a little below his usual price, considering you used to be such good friends.
Hurrah!
That's very nice of you to suggest. Of course I don't know.
Oh, for God's sake, say yes!
Of course, I don't know if John would. He's very peculiar in these matters. He sets his value on his work and thinks it beneath him to discuss price.
You needn't try to make us feel small.
Still, I might quite delicately mention to him that inasmuch as you have many influential friends that you would be very glad to
Finish what I don't want to say.
help her out.
Oh, yes. Introductions will follow the exhibition of my portrait. No doubt.
Be patronizing.
No doubt. I shall be able to introduce your husband to his advantage.
Save! If I find John in a propitious mood, I shall take pleasure, for your sake, in telling him about your beauty. Just as you are sitting now will be a lovely pose.
We can go now.
Don't let her think she's doing us a favor.
It will give me pleasure to add my name to your husband's list of patronesses.
Yes! Run home and tell John the good news.
I little guessed when I came for a pleasant chat about old times that it would develop into business arrangements. I had no idea, Harriet, that you had any intention of being painted.
Run home and tell John. Hurry. Hurry.
You managed the order very neatly. She doesn't suspect you wanted it.
Now, if I'm not satisfied with my portrait, shall I blame you, Margaret dear? I am relying upon your opinion of John's talent.
She doesn't suspect what you came for. Run home and tell John.
You always had a brilliant mind, Margaret.
Odd as you flatter now.
You don't have to stay so long. Hurry home.
One does not flatter when one tells the truth.
I must be going or you will have me completely under your spell.
Yes, do go.
Oh, don't hurry.
I hate you.
No, really, I must. But I hope we shall see each other often at the studio. I find you so stimulating.
I hate you.
It is indeed gratifying to find such a kindred spirit.
I came for your gold.
How delightful it is to know you again.
I'm going to make you and your husband suffer.
My kind regards to John.
He has forgotten all about
He
you.
will be so happy to receive them.
I can hardly wait to talk to him again.
I shall wait then until you send me word.
I will talk to John as soon as I can and tell you when to come.
I love him. I love him.
He's starving. I'm starving.
I'm going to take him away from
I want your money and your influence. I am going to rob you! Rob you!
I've had such a delightful afternoon.
It has been a joy to see you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, my dear.